What if there were a way you could be part of spreading a message of hope? We're going to tell you about the Showrunners Network. They're more than rip-roaring adventures. They are tales that present the best of who we can be. It's Mark Zickery, Mr. Sci-Fi. You may know me as the writer of Far Beyond the Stars for Deep Space Nine, or First Contact for Star Trek The Next Generation, or any one of the hundreds of other TV shows I've written over the years. I'm also the author of The Twilight Zone Companion, Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities, and the Magic Time series of novels. And you may know me from my popular YouTube channel, Mr. Sci-Fi, where I post regularly about science fiction. A few years ago, I had an idea for a new science fiction space-going show, one that would inspire people like the original Star Trek inspired me, a hopeful vision of the future. But I didn't want to trust the fate of this show to the studios and the networks. We've all seen how they make shows incomprehensible, incoherent, or just plain incompetent. So I reached out to you. And as a result, through selling investment shares and a number of Kickstarter campaigns, we were able to build our own studio and shoot the 2-hour story Redemption, starring many of your favorite actors from Star Trek, Babylon 5, Lost in Space, Walking Dead, Orange is the New Black. But that was just the beginning. Our idea was to shoot an entire season of Space Command, 12 hours worth of episodes.
These people you and Kama chose to champion, they're not worth it.
You're wrong. Something came into being, something unstoppable.
I beg of you, please give me these few offerings.
The main thing is we're trying to avoid a war.
And giving an inch isn't in their vocabulary.
This place is a labyrinth.
There's an archive, Commander.
I didn't even speak the same language, but she tried to warn us that we were in danger. Ni siquiera hablaba el mismo idioma. Sequer falaba a mesma língua. Il ne parlait même pas la même langue. Sprach nicht einmal unsere Sprache.
And now, as we reach the completion of our Space Command season, we've launched an even bigger dream, the Showrunners Network. A slate of 5 2-hour pilots and 1 feature film created by some of the top writers and actors in film and TV. Let my partner, Elaine Zickery, and me tell you about them.
When the Voiceless Roar isn't just about finding a way to make our own voices heard. It's about learning how to listen. It's about turning endless argument into a conversation, which may not sound particularly heroic, but trust me, anyone pulls that off, in however small a way, hey, that's a hero.
In Sweet Haven, a bioengineered disease kills everyone in the world under 60, and the people 60 and above have to figure out how to save humanity when they themselves can't reproduce, and also find out who did this and why. Partnering with me on Sweet Haven is Rockne O'Bannon, executive producer on CBS's hit show Evil, as well as the creator of Farscape, Alien Nation, Defiance, Sequest, and Cult. Starring in Sweet Haven are Gates McFadden of Star Trek The Next Generation, Veronica Cartwright of The Birds, Alien, and Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Francois Chow of The Expanse, Barbara Bain of Space 1999 and Mission Impossible, Walter Koenig of the original Star Trek, Ethan Phillips of Star Trek Voyager, Marta Kristen of Lost in Space, plus Robert Picardo, James Hong, and Michael Harney of Space Command. Fugitive Space is a gritty science fiction adventure dealing with a military-industrial prison complex, set in a future where a prisoner exchange has been set up between Earth and an alien race. Our worst criminals are sent to their homeworld, which has a methane atmosphere, while theirs are sent here to Earth, where they can't breathe oxygen, so escape is impossible. Things escalate when 2 of the prisoners, a former dirty cop and a female helicopter pilot framed for a wartime massacre, discover the aliens have cut a secret deal with the human government to invade Earth and empty out all the ghettos, so the poor people will be forced to fight in an interstellar war that the aliens are losing. Partnering with me on Fugitive Space are Mark Fergus and Hawk Ostby, creators and showrunners of The Expanse, and writers of Iron Man and Children of Men. Magic Time, based on my best-selling trilogy of novels from HarperCollins, in which all the machines in the world stop working, magic comes back, and certain people turn into the archetypal mythical creatures they are by their true nature. Leading roles have been written in Magic Time for Christina Moses of A Million Little Things and Contagion, Armin Shimmerman, star of Deep Space Nine and Buffy the Vampire Slayer. and Doug Jones of Shape of Water and Star Trek Discovery. Dante's Station, in which a divorced New York homicide cop is transferred along with his rebellious teenage daughter to an alien mining colony near the core of the galaxy. Co-creating Dante's Station with me is Emmy-winning writer-producer Michael Reeves of Star Trek The Next Generation, Sliders, Batman the Animated Series, Gargoyles, and the hugely popular Interworld series of books with renowned author Neil Gaiman. Also aboard Dante's Station is Chris Doc Wyatt, producer of the blockbuster film Napoleon Dynamite and showrunner on hit TV series, including one set in the Marvel Universe and a spin-off of Stranger Things. And we're currently in talks with Ethan Peck, Spock in Strange New Worlds, to star in the lead. And finally, there's Marigold, an 8-hour miniseries, a thriller set across a number of European countries, starring Christina Moses of A Million Little Things and Christina Chong of Star Trek Strange New Worlds. This is the way television should be made, a new model that favors the creators of the shows and the audience. Thank you so much for your interest and for being part of this amazing adventure.